Puzzle Pals, it has been a minute or two. And tonight is a special night because there is a wonderful event that only happens once a year. Christmas, Hanukkah, well, sort of. I mean, if you love crosswords, our friend Frisco, who is in the chat box and one of everybody's favorite puzzle people, puts together this project or co-puts it together every year where he makes a gigantic crossword, invites tons and tons of people to write one clue each, and then releases it to the world. Yes, Frisco, yeah. It's been a guess I didn't need to leave my jacket on. It has been a long day, busy, productive, interesting day featuring a surprise 75-mile round trip drive for me. It all worked out great in the end, and I've been looking forward all day to this crossword. And in fact, we are on borrowed time. We've got maybe 90 minutes because, um, as I say here so often, Ben Zimmer, Jason Meyerowitz, and I have a connections game at 10 Eastern. So we in an hour and a half or so, we got to shut this thing down. But I'm not sure whether we'll get through Frisco's puzzle today. Nikki, Taekwondo. We're gonna have to Taekwondo this puzzle because I'm sure the difficulty ranges. I don't know whether we'll be able to finish this thing today, particularly because me, any given clue could remind me of a 65-minute anecdote, but we'll do our best. I say let's dispense with the usual like warm up where I like try to speed solve the New York Times or two and just jump right into this beast. Prisco, congratulations. Incredible. I'm here, let me share the screen. Prisco, what do we need to know about this absolute monster that you have unleashed upon the world? While you contemplate that, I will read what I'm seeing. Just one clue 3, featuring 186 cluers. Wow. By Frisco and 9 wonderful constructors, 176 other fantastic people. Wow. And look at, why look at this absolute like murderer's row of like constructors who helped you make the grid. Frisco, why were all these like rock stars needed? Was there something complicated about the grid? I'm not sure I follow that. I'm going to let you answer my questions here for a hot minute before I start, but I am just going to start. As is typical, I'm sure we're going to have some awesome crossword people rolling in here, and we can all look at this thing together. However, for the moment, I'll start and on we'll go. As I say, tonight might be the first of X nights. That's a variety, put less pressure. Okay, but if it's symmetrical, if you've got the upper left worked out, then like someone is in the lower right, or they have to, you know what? There's not enough time for me to like really, I made a crossword back during the Eisenhower administration. So, I think Frisco, I'm more qualified than these people to figure out how to make a grid. But anyway, enough about that. Let's start. I'm afraid to even leave the clock on. Look at this beast. Jesus. So crazy. Look at all of these people whose names are in italics to the right. Every one of them had one shot, including me, I'm proud to say. Frisco generously let me participate again. What's up, Chet Sellers in the chat box? Bug that makes you vulnerable to hacking. Well, are we supposed to think? Oh, Andrew Eston, one of my favorite guys in puzzle world. Really love that guy. And you know what, Frisco? I think it's not an accident that you gave Andrew one across. What an excellent guy. See, if I stop to talk about how excellent everybody is, we're not going to even get to the crossword. So is this like not a flu bug? Not sure. Okay, Tom's neighbor. Should we put on the red light for a hot minute? Let's do that. I think it'll be yellow real soon, but let me take a first look at these before people start jumping in. Tom's neighbor, Becky Thatcher, no idea. In need of more lozenges. Oh, I don't know. Dry, scratchy, something. No idea. Well, you got your core, you got your mantle, you got your crust. Surface, conceivably. Don't know. I do like Justiquaz's noble attempt, but failure to be a superlocalic. Too many U's. Well, Chet. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I mean, I don't even know how to pronounce Lyle's last name. Is it Broughton? I mean, should I go off about the time that he and I and Johnny Depp got tacos in LA? No, there's not enough time. All right. This clue backwards says the newest ones are Christopher Dean and Idris Elba. I love that. So this is some kind of um Frisco, count the number of U's and get back to me. So Idris Elba, is he an EGOT? And if so, are we doing EGOT backwards? I mean, conceivably, I guess. So that could be this. I mean, the letters aren't terrible. Um, Frisco, I've done that so many times. I'm like, oh, check out the, oh, wait, there are two E's. Egyptian god of wisdom. That sounds like, oh, there's a good clue. I like that. I don't know a lot about the like pantheon of Egyptian gods, but I'm pretty sure Thoth is one of them. Cute one. Sarah Cantor, well done. It's cute. Globo Gym Purple Blank, team led by White Goodman. Well, Katie Grog is an old buddy of mine in puzzle circles. Why would she embarrass me publicly like this? It is incredible how many things and ways I don't know about what is going on with this clue. Causing a blip. Varying, don't know. Tyler Hinman, an ambitious beginner in the world of crosswords. Oh, I love this. This is the Chicago Transit Authority, which makes the loop around downtown Chicago, known as the Loop. Frisco, can you name some Chicago L lines that don't go around the loop? I'll give you a hint. The Red Line, the State Street subway that goes underground near the loop. All right, there's not enough time for all that. CTA, nice one. Amy Muller, are you a Chicagoan? I don't know. Prescribers of pills, tab-toting triage tourists. Wow. And oodles of oncologists. I mean, I want this to be like doctors or MDs. Triage tourists, though, what's going on there? Let's see if I'm even right about this. Well, I mean, I don't even know if all these answers are right. Respectful term for one who's trying. I think I would know it if Idris Elba was an EGOT. Love that. One providing a lift from the shoulder. This is Rebecca Goldstein, another familiar name. I mean, do I have to like talk about how everyone's name is familiar? Because a lot of them will be. This is going to be some sort of a tow truck, I assume. And a lift. There, I don't think lift is going to be the answer if the word lift is a clue. And I am not wild about this, quite honestly. But okay, let's get this out of there. Let's get this cat out of there, as Steve Martin said in a movie. Shape of each digit, 33. What non-Euclidean? Frisco, look at this near miss on the old superlocalic scene. I mean, it's not a Taurus. What it is though. It's Max. This would be Hawaii. It's this Max Kurzman, many time guest on this stream. We love Max. Haven't seen him since we saw him in North Carolina in February. What a good guy. All right, this is. I'm nearly certain that this is right. When did Hawaii become a state? Like in the 50s, the 50th. Still don't know that. Could be like parched, maybe. Well, clearly something with ED, I assume. Wow. I'm just like in awe of this person's name. Source of some repetitive craziness. No clue. By the way, I am confident in this and this and this probably good. I guess the letters we have in here are okay for the moment, but Frisco, I did not know that this was going to be so hard. I demand a refund. One piece of this, no idea. Is this Chinese? Japanese? Tell me or don't, Frisco. It's certainly not going to give away anything, I assume. All right, on we go. Huh. Oh, nice. That's cute. Nice one, whoever you are. What is up, Dragon Engineer? How are you? Maybe an I statement. Bob Weiss, another one-time and certainly future guest on this stream. See the answer. Well, RAs. Neville Fogarty, as I live and breathe. I believe Neville had a New York Times crossword recently. I have not gotten to it. But I intend to. I will certainly stream that here, just not tonight. Is this Isaac Bashevis singer? Is it Singer Sargent? Was that? Am I imagining that? Was that not a person? I might be on the wrong track with the wrong name. Oh, we seem to have our first cryptic clue of the night. Nickelback could be whatever's in the back of a nickel. I mean, please don't answer this. Is it the Jefferson Memorial? I don't know. Getting cooler with time. Baby. This could be like a tot. Getting cooler could have like ice in the middle of the word. With time. Well, infant, I mean, baby could be the definition, in which case I guess infant could be. All right, a cooler is a fan. Okay, nickel. Okay, something INT is getting cooler with time, but nickel. So I'm a little confused. Oh, Nickelback. Got it. Okay, so it's like the element. Like, got it. The atomic symbol. This is great, by the way. Yep. And I is nickel backwards is IN fan and T. Dragon. Oh my God, I barely solved it before you said it. Yeah, this is an excellent clue. Dragon, do me a favor, allow me to take the first stab here. And we'll go on from there. I'm proud to say that I solved this tricky clue. Dragon Engineer, for those who haven't been here before, is better at crosswords than I am. I'm sure you're better at cryptics than I am. Kiara, just saw her at the crossword tournament. Name that sounds. Ooh, I love this. I love a clue. I love like a self-referential, like figure it out clue. Ends in an E sound clearly, I assume. Thing that you don't do when you spell it aloud. Say, spell it aloud, say. Could be Heidi as in hide the letter E. That makes sense, and I assume it's right, unless it's our friend Nikki Demas in the chat box. Don't know. Either way, let's give some props to Kiara, one of the greats, one of the true great clue writers, grid makers, puzzle editors, and also like an absolute trivia beast. I mean, Kiara was so good on trivia here, just like Frisco was, that like she exploded the game. All right, Gizmo Thwomp. I mean, I assume that's this person's real name. Frisco, isn't Gizmo your co-organizer of this puzzle? Explain or don't as you prefer. All right, Danger Noodle. Is this the whole clue? Am I even seeing it? Guess Danger Noodle. Not to be confused with real life dangerous noodles, such as the spaghetti with razors in it, or the Bulldog ramen with Carolina Reapers and also more raisins. This person, Frisco, is this person under 25 years old? This has the exuberance of youth all over it. Meanwhile, what's the answer? I don't know. Yeah, I remember his name as being part of this enterprise. Figure with multiple personalities. Well, a figure 8 would fit here. I love that, Frisco. You know I'm very partial to Northwestern University. We've probably mentioned that I'm here a time or two. Multiple. Don't have it. These 3 letters mean I'm in your debt until I pay you back. Fair enough. Brohan, whose name I know. Rose, what is happening? This is the big monster collab. This could be meds, I guess. Let's find out, is this an amino acid? In the middle of rotten mango would be among, because you got your rotten for your anagram indicator. So we change the letters of mango to spell among, and the definition is in the middle of, and that means this is probably meds. Well, on we go, because we've got some letters. Let's look at these. Part of some lesbians' gender expression by Moans, fellow Chicago crossword streamer. Don't have it. Foil. Now I'm trying to remember like what song Foil was based on. I don't know. I don't know if I even know that song. Patton Oswalt being in a Weird Al video is extremely plausible, however. Blank, 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 D blank. Unless it's Adele backwards, I just don't have it. I can't remember if I ever knew what song that is parodying. Oh my God. That's my quarterback. So funny. All right, Ade. Just saw him from across the room, crossword tournament, and I think I handed him a paper in the ballroom. Did not get to talk to that guy. What a great guy. I love his style. He's always at the Final Four, like around the time of the crossword tournament. And I think he was just there, like, was it the weekend before, after? It was one of those, I think. Anyway, this is Tony Romo. Let's keep solving, but Tony Romo, yeah, very nice. Okay, that Terrell Owens thing was hilarious, but we need to move on. This, still don't have it. Nice clue. Who wrote this? Katya. I saw the answer and I started typing it and didn't even see the name. Katya Brink, another great person whom I saw at the CrossFit tournament. Love her. She's great. Healdsburg, California. I think we talked about that in here before. Katya is the envy of many. Healdsburg's pretty great. All right, let's read the whole clue. One whose fight for justice is powered by a fierce love for her kids and a nice crisp glass of Sauvignon Blanc with notes of citrus, stone fruit, and freshly cut grass. That's good stuff. And of all the people, you know, from, what is that, Sonoma or Napa County, Katya would know. All right, JMSR, great cryptic writer. Frisco, it's almost as if some of these names are familiar. And what a shock, JM wrote a cryptic clue. Bad ideas. Well, clearly definition is at the end of the clue, because I don't think bad ideas is going to be the definition, and I don't think bad is either. Bad ideas. I want to get this out of here because I assume we're anagramming the name, like Sadie for Sadie Hawkins, for like the teen girls invite the teen boys to a dance, or so the world was like when I was in high school. So yeah, so we're anagramming the word ideas to get the rest of that, which is the def. Nice one, JM. SZA genre. Is this Andrew Kingsley? Love Andrew, love boss words. I mean, is this R&B, I imagine? Am I wildly off base on that? I think that could be right. I know Tarun's name, but I don't know the answer to Tarun's clue. Welcome in, by the way. I don't think I've said it yet today. Lurkers, chatters, appreciate you all joining me. We are looking at Frisco, who is in the chat. Frisco's annual mega puzzle, Just One Clue 3. And as should be extremely obvious, a lot of different people wrote clues for this thing. And in fact, they wrote just one clue each. Now, Frisco, where did you get the name for this puzzle? All right, abused, toiled, misled. Interestingly, either the beginning or end can be an anagram indicator. However, I'm going to say this is lied to and that we're anagramming. I wish this thing would stop bouncing to the next one. I don't know. Could I change that in the settings? Quite possibly. I don't want to waste time, but let's try it. Solving preferences, move to next clue after completing an entry. I love it. Look at that. Something technical that didn't take me 2 hours. Oh, wait, I don't know how to get out of this screen. Maybe this will take me 3 hours. How do we get out of this thing, Frisco? What are you doing to me here? This is unbelievable. No sooner did I pat myself on the back. If I go back, are we going to lose all of our progress in this thing? Does anybody know anything about Crusher? This is so embarrassing, but very typical for this stream. Let's see if I make it smaller. Ooh, let's try this. Constructor preferences. Frisco, how do I get out of this without like destroying? Constructor dashboard. I don't want that. Go can go back with no consequences, or you can go back. What's up, Dragon Engineer? Go back from the tab. Yeah, like this. Tragically, I haven't made that much progress that it would be that hard to. Okay, good, terrific. Okay, cool. On we go. Wow, that cost me the time to tell 3 anecdotes about the time that I had, a bagel with cream cheese opposite the the coffee bean from Emma Stone. Okay. All right, what did we just do? We did lied to. We didn't really give sufficient time to that clue. Abused, toiled, misled. Well, abused is your anagram indicator. We're changing the letters of the word toiled to get 4 to a gigantic hint, but we didn't really need it. Anyway, Roy Johnson, nice work. I know Roy's named as Roy, right? New York Times crosswords, quite possibly. Zoom in. Is that good enough? For some reason, it won't let me get it bigger than that. Is this too small for people? Did I destroy the size we wanted by complaining about how the cursor moves around? I don't know, there may be a short lag. That should do, thank God. I got enough problems solving this monster. All right, big picture here. It's 7:45 Chicago time. In 75 minutes, I have an Only Connect game. So we'll just keep moving. We may not finish it tonight. In fact, I think it's likely that we will not. Bump into a friend. Is this like dab, dap, or other? Don't know. Small as a jury or a stitch. Alternatively, what my wife tells me to do whenever we see a friendly dog with a willing owner on the sidewalk. Pet it, cute. So it's like petite in French, or pet it. Nice. All right, so dap, got it. Nice. I am going to let other people explain, Frisco or other, explain why that like into a friend question mark thing, like how that works, because I'm not seeing it. And we got to keep moving. Causing a blip. I want this to be more than one word, but I have no idea what it is. I had no idea. Well, yeah, fist bump, sure, but okay. Okay, fair enough. Fist bump, got it. All right, I don't see where Tyler's going here. I had no idea. Frisco, you gave Glenn Ryan the very prosaic, not leading to creativity clue had. And sure enough, he came up with an entirely legitimate clue that is not, the craziest, it doesn't have that big clue energy of the spaghetti with the sharks in it or whatever that was. All right, on we go. One, providing a lift from the shoulder. I want this to be a tow truck, and I don't think it is, because I think this is right, and I know this is right. Yeah, Glenn Ryan, what a good guy. What a good photographer. Glenn used to take tons of pictures at the American Crossword Puzzle Tournament. I don't know if he's still doing that. Will Eisenberg, yet another great puzzle maker and speed solver. Guys known for their overall jumping ability. Is it a pun on I want it to be like log roller, like somebody wearing overalls who's like jumping around. But the problem is this is right. And of course it's plural. Oh, if it's plural, have we seen this yet? Yeah, we have. Well, tragically, I just don't know it. All right, let's move on. Is this an Enneagram like this figure with multiple personalities? Am I onto something here? Am I wildly off? I think starting with an E, I think it has to be this. Nice one, Brandon Copy. I know so many of these names from like, they wrote a New York Times crossword, but if they don't go to the crossword tournament, I probably haven't met them. And you know what? Even if they do go to the tournament, there's a good chance I haven't met them, or I just like glimpsed their name tag from 30 feet away and couldn't even read it, etc. You get it. Launch Vehicle, Rich Prue, the producer of the Crossword Oscars, the Orca Awards. Not seeing it. Meat processing plant. Chandi, I have an eraser that was given to me. A very convenient, like really nice, like white pencil eraser that was called the Chandi Dighton Eraser. Like the letters ER were in both. I think that was Kate Hawkins who was handing those things out. And I've already used it here in my office. Meat. Oh, this is a great one. Johnny Tickabout. Very, very clever. Venus flytrap is a plant, literally a plant that processes meat. I love that. Well, that V should really help. Maybe an I statement. Oh, this is a cryptic clue. I don't know if I noticed earlier that Bob. All right, so this is an and lit clue. Oh, Joel's favorite clue is the Venus flytrap. Don't blame him. Maybe an I statement. So we've got an exclamation mark here. So for those who aren't familiar with cryptic crosswords, typically that is what's known as an and lit clue, meaning like and literally. So there's a cryptic clue to the answer, but also the whole, like a vowel, for example, is like the only 6-letter word I can think of that would fit here. And maybe an I, very clever. Maybe an I statement is an a vowel, something you say, I vow to do this, but also a vowel. I mean, it sounds like a vowel, VOWEL, but how do we get there? Is there like a homophone? I'm not sure I see it. Everyone in the chat box sees it, or certainly the cryptic lovers. Not quite sure I get the other way that this fits the answer. Bob is an excellent cryptic crossword writer and editor. And I am, wait, oh, statement. Yeah, sure. Maybe an, oh, okay, got it. Yeah. All right. Statement as in you're saying something. Terrific. That's it. Well done, Frisco. Yep. Anytime I don't see what's going on in a Bob Weiss clue, the problem is it's like an I'm the problem, it's me situation. All right. Is this a strobe? Is this a STROPHE? Is there a name for the literal pieces of this glyph? Is that what we call these? Is this kanji? I'm like digging such a hole. I might be in the wrong side of the China Sea for one thing. All right, I don't have this. The danger noodle. I mean, what is happening here with it's a danger noodle? Not to be confused with blah, blah, blah. Well, danger noodle is referring to something that isn't a noodle, apparently. I have no idea what it is, however. We've seen this. Launch vehicle could be an announcement. Launch vehicle. Nice. Yeah, sure. Okay. Nice one, Rich. I like it. Rich, I knew him as a crossword maker for many years, and he was named before I ever met him. Hello, Trevor. How are you? Thanks for sending over all those puzzles. Yes, I have been enjoying and appreciate your enthusiasm, and hope you've been doing well. All right. I could have all 4 answers here and not know what's going on there. Oh my God, look at this beast. I didn't even notice there was a spanner. Meow, says Bobka. Well, Dan Schwartz is a crossword speed solving like star who has a cat named Bobka, whom he brought to the to the crossword tournament, and a cat carrier instantly upstaging everyone and everything, sending the lobby of the Stamford Marriott into, into cute overload mode. Anyway, so apparently that cat is not only cute and not only travels well, but apparently it writes crossword clues. So meow, I mean, is this dust? I have no clue. Okay, on we go. Well, I've been to New Mexico and they have pueblos there. All right, let me keep up with the chat. What's up, Zamaj? Rose, I don't know if I gave you a proper hello. Hello to you. Dan's a mensch, but Chad, I don't know what you're quoting, but do I even need to launch into the 9 different like Jeff Tweedy anecdotes I could give you, having been a Chicago music fan since his days in Uncle Tupelo, now married to the great Sue Miller, former co-owner of the Great Chicago Music Bar Lounge Acts. No, there's not time for all. There's not time for all that. So on we go. Welcome to the CrossFit Million Setters. Yep, exactly. Chet, yeah, you're making me think of Bruce Berry was a working man. He used to drive that Econoline van. Anyone here who's not Ben Zimmer know what song I just quoted? Put the answer in the chat, or I'll tell you later, or I'll forget to. It's more my brand. Oh, Chet Sellers, you never disappoint. Yes, Neil Young's tonight's the night. Very good. All right, so I've been to various pueblos in New Mexico, or at least one, but I mean, Taos Pueblo quite possibly could be right. Let's find out. Require a plunger, perhaps. Saint JTB. Wow, I didn't know Saint JTB was an actual person. I thought Saint J was like a bot that would like just swoops in here and gives me correct answers. Saint J, quite the crossword solver, or maybe it's both. Maybe St. J is like some sort of bot that Frisco asked for a crossword clue. Well, I want to say that this is Neo, but let's read the clue. Where were we? We were here. Oh my God, this was mine. Chat, you can solve this one. We're momentarily going. Well, there is no light color. There is no light color that allows you to solve only this clue. Let me see if I ever made a 101 across command for the chat box. No, I guess I forgot to do that. Okay, anyone who's got, I'll read this out loud for any of you non-tennis people out there. The blank to victory, proclaimed an Australian Open tweet in January 2025 after Illinois-born tennis player Madison Blank stunned top-ranked Aryna Sabalenka in the championship match in Rod Laver Arena, at long last winning a Grand Slam title in her 46th major tournament appearance. Wow, congratulations to whoever you are, Madison Blank, born in Illinois, no less. Gets better all the time. Was this Haley Baptiste, who just stunned top-ranked and dominant world #1 Aryna Sabalenka in Madrid the other day out of nowhere, shocking the world? Did she save some match points? I think she saved a number of them. Anyway, good for you, Haley Baptiste. Finding a new gear, much like Madison. Frisco, you want to say it? Anybody want to say it? Go ahead. Well, maybe, I'm not sure if I remember it. Let's go down here and see if we can get the first letter. The American Russell, Rachel Faby. Did Rachel and I once co-construct a crossword? We certainly did. Carrie Russell. Okay, is this, what's 101? Still can't remember. Let's go here. Yeah, I think Taos Pueblo is good. So I guess this would be Madison Keys. Apparently a tennis player. Way to go, Madison Keys. Hope that you and Bjorn Fratangelo are enjoying your wedded bliss as your career moves on toward a happy conclusion. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I don't know who this is. I just guessed that this person had a coach slash boyfriend, eventually fiance, and then husband named Bjorn Fratangelo. All right. That's all the time we have tonight because a tennis clue popped up. Anyway, more to the point. Frisco, thank you for letting me participate. So cool to be one of the 186 clue writers for this gigantic group collab. You're a lifesaver, says Adam Wagner, with whom I had a very enjoyable conversation at the Crossword Tournament. What a great guy is Adam Wagner. And let's give props to Adam for his, there's this great new puzzle in the New Yorker called Shuffalo, as in like a buffalo themed puzzle where you shuffle the letters. That was called, well, it was like an animal themed anagram puzzle. Was it anagrams, ANIGRAMS? I think it was. And then the New Yorker took the ball and ran with it. Very cool. Chet Sellers, you are quoting, I'm thinking maybe songs that well, you did it earlier too. Dragon, of course, I was thinking the same thing. Well done. If Ben Zimmer were here, I'd say, Ben, drop a link into the chat to explain the Buffalo thing. Well, I'll save you the trouble. I'll do it. This is so great. For those who aren't familiar with this cultural and like linguistic trope, read about it to your heart's content, preferably after this stream, because, you know, I need your energy, if not your solving help. All right, creates a diversion, says Trent H. Evans, yet another great crossword writer. Reroutes, as in like you divert traffic, quite possibly. I'm going to go with that for the moment. How you won't catch Shakira's hips. June Pak. Well, Shakira's hips don't lie, so you won't catch them in a lie. Nice one, June. June, one of the great puzzle makers, not just crosswords. Interesting, Samaj. That part is new to me. Old school Easterner. Oh, Ben Zimmer. Speaking of Ben Zimmer, as we just were, and I'll be speaking with Ben Zimmer no more than an hour from now, or roughly no more than whatever. Anyway, Ben Ben is my teammate, and we've got a Connections League game. It would take me the next hour to mistakify that whatever I just said. Old school Easterner smuggles Russian olive. Interestingly, we have an OL at the beginning of this. So, I mean, wait, let me keep up with the chat. Dragon, the video. Oh, nice. Thank you, Dragon. You're not saying well, Chet, you're referring to the Cubby Bear, which is a Chicago bar across the street from Wrigley Field. And of course, Malort is a Chicago, like a drink, like an alcohol strongly associated with Chicago that virtually everyone finds disgusting, including people here. However, Adam Wagner is like a Bay Area guy. And I believe Chet is more of a Canuck type. So I assume that's a song that I just don't know. And even though it's Chicago themed. Anyway, Chet, explain or not. If Ben Zimmer were here, he would already be typing like, you know, that was a Liz Phair, you know, outtake, B-side, whatever. Deck the bows with, wait, is it with rolls of two-ply past tense, TP'd. Got it. Ruiner 2, that is another crossword streamer, and I've seen his work. He's good. All right, no, old school Easter, is this oleander? That would fit here, and it with in 8 letters, there's not a lot that could, but Russian olive, what's going on? Russian olive could be oleander, although honestly, I'm not wild about that. Old school, well, old school could be eaten. Easterner smuggles. Okay, so the Russian olive is something that I just like don't know what it is. I think I just don't know what this is. I don't know what the 8-letter word is. Okay, on we go. Sounds like show served gas up. AKA Tukey, AKA Akatuki is another cryptic crossword expert I know from online puzzle circles. Sounds like show served gas up. I mean, gas up as a verb, like to fuel up your car, could be the definition here. Don't know. This would be if I could like freeze the world like that guy in X-Men and like look at this thing for a minute or two and then restart the world, I would do that. But since I can't, let's move on rather than me like awkwardly stare at this thing in silence, which is honestly the way I would solve it off the air, so to speak. If the answer is guideline, don't put guideline in the clue. Well done, Sid. Sid was the star of the show. The last time we streamed crosswords. Yeah, this is great. Sid Shivakumar, one of my favorite puzzle people and an incredible puzzle maker, as we saw here. Sid is a draw. I mean, when we pulled the plug on that stream the other day, after we solved Sid's really cool, what do we even call that thing? The puzzle that had all the trails. Anyway, I think we had like 90 views that day, and like 40 or 50 people have come around and watched that thing since, which tells you a lot about Sid. I mean, the guy's great. Do I even need to say or type sidsgrids.com? I should make that a screen command. It would save valuable time. Sid's awesome puzzle blog. If the answer is, that's so good. What's with the link? What is this? Interesting. Do all the clues have that going on? No, this guy like Frisco, you can explain this pop-up or not as you prefer. We got to keep moving. All right, 138. Nice one, Sid. 138 down, speaks enthusiastically about the Unz scene by Evie Schmeeps, another name and Twitch person we know. I don't even know if this is cryptic or not, although there's not like a 5 at the end. I'm not seeing it. Steve Mossberg, one of the best in the biz, cryptic crossword makers. And I used to read Steve's dad, Walt Mossberg, in the Wall Street Journal. He had a tech column for many years. Great writer. Let me read what Frisco's saying. Okay. I semi get your point, Frisco. Rather than parse that like a difficult clue, however, I will move on. I will read it later. Error at online mag delays. Well, that could be a zine or an e-zine, delays consumer activity. Consumer activity could be like eating. Error, it could simply be an e. Consumer activity could be eat. So delays, eats late could be delays consumer. Oh, at slate. Nice one. Love that. I love anytime somebody can find a way to like put actual letters in the same, like to change the spacing between letters to get new words and new meanings. So error at online mag slate delays consumer activity. Eats late. Very elegant. Ben Zimmer, a regular writer of crosswords at Slate, and our friend Kiara, aforementioned Kiara, whose clue we solved a minute ago, is I think a or maybe even the Slate puzzle editor. I already forgot which clue. Oh, this was Kiara's. This was a gem. Nice. Okay, on we go. I'm gonna try to like drop these long ones in without looking at the cross sings. After a Madonna movie, Mom Turns Horny by Andy Yinkst. Frisco, please clarify. Doesn't Andy have like a puzzle alter ego name? I know that Andy is like one of the top cryptic crossword people. Juffo Wup, is that it? Yep. I know Juff's name. Doesn't Andy have like an entire like cryptic like website or project? My ignorance is showing, but I know I've solved Andy's puzzles before. I know he's really good. After a Madonna movie, Mom Turns Horny. I want this to be ending in like something SIES. A Madonna movie could be Evita. It could be Desperately Seeking Susan. She had a movie called, well, she had a book called Sex, but was that a movie? I remember the Saturday Night Live like thing they did about it featuring Madonna, but I don't. Mom turns, just don't know. Let's try to look at these other 7-letter answers before we go for the short fill. Oh my God, more cryptic. Samit the Turk, name's familiar. I think he streams crosswords too. Calmer initially. Start with that. Stars right now radiate regularly filled with energy. Well, I mean, regularly suggests to me that we're going to do like an every other letter or maybe even every third letter because like this is so lengthy. Or this is filled with energy. Okay. A R H O. This is going nowhere. Filled with energy. I just think that is the definition. I mean, calmer initially doesn't have to start with a C. It really feels to me like it does, though. Yeah. Oh, and Frisco, when you assign to someone, is it like, okay, this person's clearly going to do a cryptic clue? I mean, I've been in the last 2 of these things, or 2 of the 3 now. You've always just given me a word and said, write your clue and give it back to me. But you've never said like, you've never given me guidelines, as to use Sid's, term. So I assume that you let everyone do everything. But like when you give a clue, when you give an answer to like a Steve Mossberg or a JMSR, obviously they're going to do a cryptic thing because that's their bag. Okay, say from Will Nediger, enthusiastic beginner Will Nediger. No, Will is like, he's like a June Pak, Tyler Himon type. Very adept at all of the things. Or let's throw like Paolo in there. There's so many like people who are Eric Agard, like people who are incredible speed solvers, great puzzle writers, and like super nice. All right. Well, I don't have this, so I guess we gotta have to look at some downs. Say could be like, I mean, say, for example, I just don't have it though. Relaxed from time. Oh my God, there's more cryptic clues here. Relaxed from time. I don't know Riley Smith. Relaxed from time to time, embodying the principal element in Subgenius, slack. Well, relaxed from time to time could be like EAE. Are we alternating letters? Embodying the principal element in Subgenius, slack. Well, I would think the letter S is the principal element in both Subgenius and Subgenius slack, although, I mean, slack could be ease. I mean, there has to be a definition somewhere, and I don't think relaxed is, or relaxed could be easy, I suppose. The problem is, I mean, is this like the Church of the Subgenius, that like arts, theater, and music collective? Because I have no idea where you're going with this, Riley. Dare you embarrass me in front of literally hundreds of thousands of viewers? Welcome, by the way, chatters. Of course, active chat box tonight, but welcome lurkers as well. We've got our usual big fat handful of people here. Appreciate you all joining me. For those who are just rolling in here, we are, is there like I'm afraid to like leave this like web page lest I destroy the progress anyway, but we don't have to. Frisco, our puzzle pal Frisco is in the chat. Brilliant young puzzle guy. Frisco undertakes this annual project where he makes, or with help of others, a massive grid and then assigns the dozens and dozens of answers to puzzle friends. Frisco, do you have friends who are not even puzzle friends, but you just ask random people to write clues? You know what, Frisco, I would love it if you would do a little monologuing in the chat box. Like, where did this all start? How do you do it? Like, once you have the grid, and do you randomly assign words to people? Like, you gave me keys. Did it cross your mind that that was the name of a pro tennis player and that I might take the bait and go off about tennis? Or was it just like random? Anyway, with that said, on we go. Oh, wait, we haven't solved this yet. The principal element in subgenius could be S. Slack could be ease. Wow, there's like an easy ease vibe on both ends of this thing. I just feel like relaxed goes with from time to time. We're gonna have to come back to that. That's another one where I need to like pause the world and stare at it for a while. MasterCard alternative is not Visa, it's Amex for short. Llama farmers. Are there people out there farming llamas and writing clues at the same time? I guess only they and Frisco know for sure. A majority are randomly assigned, but a couple are handpicked. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, survivor reward. Well, is that like a tiki god or torch? It's no, they have immunity. What do they have on that show? Immunity Idols. I watched it when it was Richard Hatch, and then I lost interest pretty quickly. Although Conrad Riggs, Chet Sellers, are you still here? Are you still awake? Conrad Riggs of Northwestern Law School non-fame is like a or was a like right-hand man to Mark Burnett. I once met that guy online at least. Somebody was like, email Conrad Riggs if you're going to LA. And he was like, hey man, got any ideas for our next billion-dollar show that we can make in your absence? And I was like, sorry, don't have that for you. What I should have said was, don't make the show The Apprentice after Jack Welch says no because of reasons. All right, I don't know what this is. Survivor Award that contestants get really excited about. Kind of hard to relate while watching from my well-insulated, temperature-controlled building. Oh, is it a tent? Like if they're out in the sun, that definitely could be. And Olivia, love your crosswords. Olivia, very capable crossword maker. What? Well, if it isn't sidsgrids.org in the chat. No, I already said sidsgrids.com in the chat. How are you, Sid? Exactly. All right, let's erase all this and start over. Sid, gotta say, not just because you're here, and not just because you're my pal. This is one of the best clues we've seen so far. This is great. Legit. And even, in quotes properly, the whole thing, what do the kids say? Slaps. All right, say. I mean, I don't think it's going to be Ben Zimmer's favorite band. So it is Chopped. It's lit, y'all. All right, still don't know that, shockingly. All right, this is not oleander. And if this is some sort of a Russian olive that has a name, that is going to be a problem for me. On we go. This, we've already realized we don't know what it is. Okay, those in need of aid. Cute. Is this Ade Koike? I don't know. Deanne Clyburn, don't know you. Are you a descendant of pianist Van Cliburn? I don't know. Chet Sellers. May I recommend a little More Than Words karaoke for those of you who enjoy singing harmony but don't have friends hanging around who will do it on demand whenever you feel like it? Go for it. I don't know who are in need of aid. Lemons. When life gives you lemons, etc. Past tense verb that anagrams to its present tense. Well, this is clearly ate and eat. Wow, eats and ate crossing ate. I assume that. I mean, I don't. Are there any other words that would? I mean, maybe I just like dropped the wrong answer, but I feel like this has to be right. But check out the way these things intersect. Enjoy it or don't, as you prefer. So I don't have that one. They may be haunted. Houses. Mansions, Disney style. It's got to be right. Or there's a good chance that it's right. I don't know Jacob Reed. Sid. I mean, I'm saying all the. Let me start over. Take two. I don't know Jacob Reed. Frisco, is this one of your like buds who was at the crossword tournament? Answer or don't, as you prefer. This would be, Joel Faliano. If it isn't, New York Times crossword editor or crossword editing staff team member Joel Faliano, and briefly my editor at the old NYT. What substance would this be? Interesting. I assume that this is an actual like ingredient, as Leslie Knope once said, I love ingredients. I am not seeing it unless if it's a wordplay thing. This could be like an E, like the letter. Not sure if that is something Joel would do. And I don't know if ANE would even be an answer here because I don't know that it's like even a legit answer. Could be what other letters in both? Not the letter T. Ant would be an actual legit answer. Mooncakes. Are there other letters that overlap? Not a K, not a C. No, I don't have it. Joel, you fooled me again. You and me, Snagawarg, another name from Cryptic Crossword Circles. You and me chasing DC villain in luxury car. Interesting. Well, you and me could be that. I love this clue, by the way. It's got like a nice surface read. You and me could be we. Us. Is this Alexis, Lex Luthor, us? Yep. Trying to come up with a brand name, and I was like, Rolls and Royce are both 5 letters, but okay. So you and me, us, chasing, coming after, DC villain, Lex Luthor, in luxury car. Lexus, very elegant work. Snagawarg, if that is your real name. Did Sam Mazursky, Will Shorts, Brad Wilbur, and I have a reasonably lengthy group email chat about the fine points of a not Lex Luthor, but kryptonite related New York Times cryptogram that is going to appear in the newspaper in like probably the next 4 to 6 weeks. Can't remember. Only you can guess. Oh, speak of the devil. If it isn't, yet another enthusiastic beginner in puzzle circles. Will Shorts, the guy who started and did and expanded so many things that have proven very meaningful to very many. I am personally indebted to Will for thinking of me when he was looking for someone to write cryptograms for the New York Times in April of 2020, when that pandemic broke out. Hey, if it isn't Ravenite, what is up? Gamer, what is up your own self, Ravenite? One of my fave puzzle peeps. Okay, so Will went with the sort of straightforward. Will didn't go for like Big Yellow Taxi or, Andy Kaufman or one of the many ways you could clue taxi. Proceed before takeoff. That's legit. All right, Alina F. I know some Alinas, and I know some people whose last initial is F, but I don't know if I know Alina F. Anyway, let's read Alina's clue. Witness the purple player collect the what the hell? Collect the crown. Jesus. And purple necklace, bracelet, ring, and earrings in pretty princess say. Is this like get a set? I can't imagine that would be the answer. That is not a thing. I mean, in poker, if you're dealt like, pocket eights and then 8 comes on the flop, blah, 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 I guess you've gotten the set, but I have utterly no idea. Speaking of gamers, I mean, is Pretty Princess a game? I don't know. I'm an adult. All right. at twee. This feels like a meme in blue text, no less. I mean, this could be like a note, like a side note. Oh, the blue text is a link. Thank you. I did not know that. I don't know what links are. I'm an elderly adult. All right, let's, all right, this might be a screen share situation here. Jesus. Briscoe, do you want to tell people about who wrote that thing last year where one of the clues was an entire crossword unto itself? That was like unbelievable. Somebody wrote, I mean, that's like a Paolo move. I don't know that it was him. But last year for their clue in this thing, somebody made an entire crossword and like you had to solve the whole thing to get like the answer to their clue in this big crossword. All right, so this is if this isn't Peter Griffin, then I don't know who it is. And you know what? If this is from one of those lousy Seth MacFarlane shows, then I don't care. Yeah, I said it in so many ways. All right, anyway, let me close this window. I think we've all, did that thing go onto the, oh my, there we go. Okay, my phone stopped streaming for a sec. Okay, let's re-share that. Okay, Peter Griffin minus R is Pete. Fair enough. How on earth, well, and who was this? Did we see who? Did I just click? Let me reopen this. I'm not going to bother sharing the screen. If this person's name is on here, I didn't give them proper credit, or maybe like the drawing was too big. Maybe I need to like scroll down. Etui 102 down. I don't see anyone's name on this. Frisco, you want to clarify? Oh, Etui is the person who writes the beloved, but Banksy-esque, mysteriously anonymous. What is that? I forget. Etui. Does that appear in multiple places? Is that like a Twitch? Excuse me. Is that like a Twitter stream? I used to look at that and now I can't even remember. Oh, how embarrassing. Yeah, on my blog was, yeah, got it. Okay. All right, back to the grid. David o la pieta, or a gaseous emission when the last letter becomes an F and moves to the front of the word. Well, apparently this is art in Italian becomes, well, I think you can do the math. All right, get bent. I have no idea what this is. I'm missing out on the chat, which is good because the chat generally does a better show than I do. Is this even a show? I don't know. Dan Schwartz, well, Dan's cat. I mean, if this isn't the song Dust in the Wind by the band Kansas, then I got nothing. But, or there must have been dust on these mints from Sandra Bernhard's old comedy routine. I strongly suspect that not only is that not the answer, I suspect that Frisco and his age cohort don't know the comedy routines of Sandra Bernhard and indeed might have never heard of Sandra Bernhard. But let's go back to 98 down, my preferred serving sizes of cookie dough, says Dan. That would be my preferred serving size of cookie dough. Lots, I don't think that quite works. We're gonna have to, I mean, anything I put here would be a guess. If this is vats, then maybe this is like avalanches, where spectators often sit in ACPT's ballroom. Stacy, you have said a mouthful. Stacy's name is vaguely familiar at best. Around the room, this could be like perimeter in 9 letters, but this is clearly right. We don't know how many words are in this answer. At the edge of the room, the side, at the back, at the wall, at the rear. Any of those could be right. Probably none of them is right. Anyway, Briscoe says check the comments. Wait, let me make sure I'm not missing something important. Low income. That was that was Chet's favorite. Okay, I'll have to learn what that is on my own. Do you know about this? I assume Gizmo, only one clue. Is that something I should be reading? Oh, Etui on Blue Sky. Nice. Frisco saying don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, like all non-Nazis have at least considered doing. At2 appears to have moved on from Twitter. I never use Drill. Yeah. Oh my God, that Drill. Yeah. I mean, I just never. It's such a shame. What else can Elon Musk ruin? I mean, maybe he should have taken a chainsaw to his own like public life, his own effect on society, instead of like releasing the Pandora's box of Nazism and whatever the hell else he unleashed into Twitter in a failed attempt to control free speech. Turns out his friends are doing a pretty good job of cutting back on free speech. Wait, did everyone come here for crosswords or my opinions? No, they came here for the Heidi Klum anecdotes. All right, I'm not your blank. Refrain from exasperated mothers of teenage boys. Well, I want this to be like, I'm not your maid. I'm not your PR prom date. I would certainly hope the mother is not the prom date. I'm not your chauffeur. I mean, I am not a mother of teenage boys, as far as you know. I tragically don't have it. All right, on we go. Still don't know this either. I want this around or at the, all right, don't have this either. Let's get to some clues that I might actually be able to solve. Carpentry tool, one used for a moving supply. I mean, speaking of drill, isn't that a carpentry tool? For those who weren't here earlier, I'm sorry to say that we will not have time to solve this whole monster tonight. I mean, how long? Excuse me. Oh my God, we've been going for an hour 8. What have we solved? 20% of this thing, 25%? Clearly, Frisco, I know you're busy, and I know that my stream means less than a hill of beans in this crazy world, or whatever Humphrey Bogart once said, but we will clearly have to resume this on another night. I'll try to keep moving, and we'll bang out whatever we can. But yeah, this is not gonna finish tonight, because in a mere 30 minutes, Ben and Jason and I are strapping on our thinking caps and playing our first, well, tragically, it's not a playoff game, but it is a placement round game. Ben and Jason and I failed to make the playoffs of the top tier of Only Connect. Those 8 teams are playing their first playoff game this week. Did we at least make it to the middle tier of the, like, there are 6 teams in every group. We play 5-week round robins. Did we at least finish in the 3 or 4 spot? No, those 8 people are playing, those 8 teams are playing for a spot in positions 9 through 16 for next fall. No, we finished in relegation mode. We finished 5th of 6. We're getting bumped down to AAA ball, the minor leagues. And therefore, we are playing for a spot in positions, do the math with me. Oh, I guess that would be, I guess 17 through 24. I haven't even looked at the like structure more than momentarily because it's too depressing. But congratulations to everybody who made the playoffs, and indeed to everybody who, unlike us, avoided relegation. And congratulations to whoever is headed for playoffs. I guess the second tier, like top finishers, are playing that playoff and then getting the bump to replace us. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. This is why I get so few crosswords on this stream. Is this amenity, by the way, as I look back at the grid? Was Madonna in the movie X-Men? Is that why this starts with a movie? All right. No time to think about it. On we go. I taught a blank Looney Tunes short with Sylvester and Tweety. If it's Putty Tat, then Mansions is wrong. And in fact, had I looked at this at all, I would have realized that that was not. And as long as we're here, oh, lie. I wanted this to be that, and I only had the N at that point, and so I thought it was an E. Wow, it's hard to avoid the conclusion that I don't know what I'm doing. This is, where were we? We were here. I taught a, I think is it Putty Tat? Robin Weintraub, didn't even see her name. Robin, everybody's favorite, not just everybody's favorite super vocalic, everybody's favorite crossword maker. Robin is the greatest. Also, like, one of my absolute ride or die buds in crossword circles. I'm sure she'd be embarrassed for me to say that publicly, but I'm proud to call Robin a friend. Robin even, I love this so much. Robin actually was in a room with Benazir Bhutto, and there was like a little tension between them. It was like the problem was, for super vocalic purposes, Robin was not yet married to her husband, Jeff. So it would have been, so Robin was not yet what Robin Weintraub is my point. So it was present v future super vocalic. Pretty great. All right, let's see if these letters are right. I think the tat part is definitely right. I'm pretty confident in the whole thing. Oh no, not this, says Hoyt Arcane. I am not sure. How about this fits perfectly, but it might not be right. I mean, it'll make sense when we see it, but I don't have it. Oh, and thank you. By the way, Ravenite, did I give you a proper hello? What is up, Ravenite? How are you? Good to see you. Ravenite, have you played your game yet this week? It's Thursday. And if you have played it, I will stop the conversation about it there, other than to say I hope you had fun. All right, first item, while even more, oh wait, is this, oh, this is not cryptic. This is just yet another cultural expression that I don't know anything about. First item called Gnarly and Cat's Eyes Gnarly by Cameron Baba. I mean, can I just do one collective shrug for everything in this clue instead of shrugging at all these things individually? You're in the D3 playoffs. Good for you. Well, among other things, I assume that means you're getting the bump up to D2. You know what? We might be playing you in D2. Because that's where we're headed. All right, this, I'm not gonna waste more valuable seconds on this thing. We're gonna have to contend with it later. It's actually what's up, Momo? Did I give you a proper hello? Thank you for being here. It is actually National This Day today. No answers in chat, please. I have utterly no idea what that is. All right, I'm gonna go greeter and cedar. Interesting. It's could be a hostess in 7 letters. It's not an usher. I mean, does this have an S at the end? Yep. Does this? Not sure. Win a lose. Speaking of people going to the top tier playoffs, good luck to you, Winna, and your compadres. Mindful. It could be like smart. I mean, I want it to be like, I don't think a skull would be a mindful. That doesn't quite work. Hostess could be wrong. Let's find out. NGL, not gonna lie, to be honest, TBH. At last year's crossword tournament, I didn't get the chance to say hi to Rafa Musa. I just saw Rafa from across a crowded ballroom and or lobby, and there were so many like Jewish grandmas of a certain age measuring no more than 5'4" that we were able to sort of nod at each other. This year, didn't even lay eyes on the guy. If he was even there, if he could have been there and I didn't know it, etc., etc. Insert rest of my rant about how populated the ACPT is here. First item, oh, we've seen that. This couldn't get this either. This could be that. Oh, it could be that one, as in not this, but that. These can't both be right. And I don't think these are both in Winna's answer, but I guess it's possible. Ooh, this, oh my God, who wrote this beast? Brian. I like it when Frisco's friends go crazy and they do a Ben Bass and they write a 600-word clue. Rose, let me catch up to the chat. Rose, you're in the D3 5th to 8th bracket. That's good. You finished way at the top of your division. Good job. We lost. You know, Ravenite, that is very interesting. I hadn't, yeah, of course. So we get knocked down and then you get bumped up and then we would, well, I think this is our first week in a bracket, but yeah, right. That makes sense that, well, I'm not sure if I did not pay close attention to who we're playing this week. I mean, are we playing against other people who got the knock down or maybe them and also the D3 people who got to move up, in which case, would that not be 16 people? I don't think there were 16 spots in the group we're playing in. All right, I'll go back to what Rose said. You won last, or the two of you were, oh, okay, got it. Raven, you were talking to Rose, got it, not me. You won last week, but there's an undefeated team in your bracket. You lost to Rose, if you play Only Connect any in the league anywhere like you do on this stream, I think you have nothing to apologize for. I thought you were absolutely great. You were like a solid add to whatever team you were on. Ravenite, Lampshade. Okay, on we go. Try as you guys might to distract me. We might solve literally twos of clues further before we have to pull the plug, which is going to be sadly not too far from now. In 22 minutes, I got to play Connections League. Ooh, this is a great entry. Blank doesn't just have that quiet mischief energy, it also perfectly captures those stealthy blink and you miss it moments. Here are some interesting clues, ranging from playful / modern to slightly more straightforward. Brian Chong, you win. I have no idea what the hell you are talking. I mean, what has quiet mischief? Boyhood? Slyness? I just don't know. AI parody. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, this is very much an AI vibe. Nice one. Did AI actually write this parody, or did Brian like painstakingly imitate AI, which I strongly suspect is the way it actually played out? Choose between Lemonade / Cider by Jamie Ding. I have not seen one episode of Jamie's, I assume, ongoing. No spoilers in chat, but anyway, from what I keep hearing, Jamie Ding is having quite the run on Jeopardy, and good for you, Jamie Ding. Okay, well, choose is decide, and I mean, in 6 letters, starting with a D, that seems like a good bet. But more to the point, I see it hiding in plain sight in the letters of lemonade and cider. That is really nice because lemonade and cider fit together so beautifully that it makes like for a really good surface read. Nice one, Jamie Ding, who I don't honestly know much about, except for like the name rings a bell, before and during Jeopardy time. Companions for tea. Let's put scones in here before I forget to type in the answer. Raced around seconds after daughter left. Okay, broken fixie. I hope you fix that fixed gear bike one of these days. I know broken fixie's name from Twitch. Companions for tea are clearly scones, so that's the definition. Raced around, I mean, around seconds. I mean, we can anagram the word seconds to get this. Daughter D leaves. Oh, it's literally around, raced around. Okay, so we're taking the word seconds and we're racing it around, meaning we're going backwards. But daughter D, as in like, I assume like a family tree, left. So when you remove the letter D from the word seconds and you spell it backwards, you get scones, companions for tea. Nice one, broken fixie. Is this crossword maker Sophia Maymudes, who's Maymudis? I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, whose dad, I believe, was at the crossword tournament and who is himself a crossword solver. Well, anytime I like jokingly type something in here, I screw up. This is Will Shorts' letter I. Is this hayrides, haunted hayrides? I really suspect that it is. Welcome, by the way, lurkers and chatters alike. Thank you for joining me. For those who are just rolling in here, we are solving this absolute beast called Just One Clue 3, organized by our friend Frisco, who's in the chat. There are no fewer than 186 clue writers. Wait a minute, Frisco. If there's only 159 answers, are some of them like by 2 people? I'm confused. Anyway, it's this monster like group project that Frisco organizes every year, and I'm so thrilled that I got to play a small part in this thing. There's my tennis clue. I'll slowly roll it up for the thousands and thousands of you who weren't here but who want to read it. Like that. Okay, read fast because we have to continue. There's so much more to do. I wrote a clue about Matt Damon last year, Frisco, as I'm sure you will recall. Damon's getting in shape for wanderers. Well, I'm going to say nomads is the definition of this cryptic clue by Kay Brown, fellow crossword streamer. Damon's getting in shape. Well, I mean, Damon is going upward here, getting in shape, I guess is an indicator to go upwards. I'm sure that's legit. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I'm sure it's a thing. I know K Brown is very expert at cryptics, and then that gets you wanderers, nomads. Blank doesn't just have that quiet boy. Mindful. I'm mindful of ideas. I assume this looks like Bay Area all of a sudden. Gnarly, the Bay Area being gnarly is extremely plausible. Cat's Eye and Cameron together at last. Okay, this would be Chloe Zhao. Meta answer for the feeder answers. US map, Scorch, Holy See, once-overs, Troy Deer, word nerd bird. Wow, that's a mouthful. I'm starting to think that these are all correct. So what the hell is this? The feeder answers. Now I'm seeing like a bird feeder, but that's a me problem. Is this like a win-a-loo connection situation where you have to find one like answer that could be the answer to any of these things being no. Meta answer for the all right, so it's like we're solving a meta. US map, Scorch, holy. I mean, if each of those four things is a letter, then we could do this, but I don't once overs, is that the letter O? I'm not seeing it. Holy see. I don't have it. I don't understand it, and I don't have it. Other than that, I got it. Dogs with a chemistry degree, question mark, by someone I've never heard of. Oh, no, I was gonna say Bayes' theorem. That's Bayes. Dogs with a chemistry degree. What? Wait, that's not even. I was thinking of dog baying at the moon. I don't know what I was thinking of, but that's not right. What? Just have it. I mean, tragically, I'm gonna look at my keyboard. That's so embarrassing. Don't have it. Just don't. It's all about this right now because I don't know this, or this. What star means sometimes by Eric Berlin. Thank God. Someone above the age of 10 who, like me, writes clues that can be understood by fellow above age 10 people. What star or asterisk means sometimes? See more? Just an anagram, says Frisco. I am guessing you're talking about this because I just was. I'm confused. I'm deeply confused in so many ways. In reference to nomads. Oh, Frisco, is there a lag on your computer? Because I was talking about. Oh, I see. I see. I'm getting in shape. Got it. Reshaping. So it's just a coincidence that Damon going up is okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. There must be a bit of a lag because I was talking about nomads minutes before you put it in the chat. All right. See more. Honestly, I'm not crazy about see more, but I guess that works. I don't love it. See note, in which case, is this not Bay Area? Yeah. Honestly, I really don't like these. So Bay Area could actually, I mean, the Bay Area is quite gnarly. I think we can all agree, but I want this to be, would that make this like Sly Nods? C note could be like the footnote type. But in that case, what on earth is going on here? Boba tea, y'all, that's what's going on here. I was so confident with Bay Area. All right, C note, Eric Berlin, you don't need me to absolve you. You should absolve me for even doubting you. Eric, a god tier puzzle maker and absolute great guy. I had dinner with Eric actually, which was it Friday night or Saturday night? I think I sat with Eric on Friday night of the CrossFit tournament. We are fellow judges. They treat us so well. Like they cater our meals. It really was. Anyway, Eric sat to my right. We talked about reality, not just puzzle land. Great guy. Love Eric. Meta answer for the feeder answers this. I am now convinced that this and this and this are right. So is this Jimmy Choo? Jimmy Choo or GTFO, Frisco? Holy C. Once-overs. Is this whole thing like some kind of bizarre cryptic-esque clue? Oh, shoe. Well, if I'm right that this is, oh, labs. How did I look at my whole keyboard, including the letter L, and not find a type of dog, a lab? Like, I guess I'm just not good at this. There's an answer that explains so much that you'll see on the stream. Dogs with a chemistry degree, labs, of course. Why did I make that so hard? Sly nods. All right, so this is an AI. We got to read this again now that we understand what's going on here. Sly nods. Ooh, this is a great, yeah, it's starting with the classic AI sucking up in its casual, chatty voice. And then it's like, ooh, great question. Many people would wonder who our fourth president was. It was George Washington, and then from there with like a massive factual like whiff. But in this case, Brian Chong wrote it, so we know it's going to be good. Sly Nods doesn't just have that quiet mischief energy. It also perfectly captures those stealthy blink and you miss it moments. It's got the like apt emoji, as AI is wont to do. Here are some interesting clues ranging from, this is so good. This is, I didn't even notice that it was like AI style, but it completely is. Brian Chong, I don't know you, take a bow, it's great. Word redacted from, oh, another link from this Dawn ad. Oh, like Dawn, like dish washing liquid, is that what we're talking about? Oh my God. There are only 10 minutes before I have to be playing Only Connect. Well, we better keep an eye on the clock because my team struggles enough as it is without starting the game without all the players. Even though I'll be the first to say that Ben and Jason are the real power of our squad. Okay, what was the clue here? Word redacted from this Dawn ad. What is up, Delka? Good evening to you. Word redacted from this. No blank. Oh, I don't know. In this case, literally. Oh, no cap. Is that where we're going? Like you don't need a cap in our new improved plastic bottle that will still like end up in a landfill cap or no cap? Could be. Let's find out. Tragically, time is drawing thin. Time for a little more, but we are going to have to call it a night in a few. Frisco, thank you for generously being available. I mean, I wouldn't think of doing this without you in the chat. And everybody who's here, everybody who was here, I see we've got our usual 900,000 lurkers. Lurkers, you can become chatters or not any old time you feel like it. Delka, I apologize. It's hard to like talk and solve and keep an eye on the chat. I definitely miss people sometimes. Delka, look at your screen. I am literally wearing these kick-ass awesome bracelets that you made. You know, I'm a huge fan. All right, 108 down, Nitro KG. Oh, look, Katie Grog, she's back. Nitro, blah, blah, LCD monitor maker. Well, thank God I know that Acer is a monitor maker because, Chet, there is no doubt that I will solve this entire thing. I mean, the limiting factor here is my and Frisco's availability and schedules, because, you know, I'm going to solve this whole beast and Frisco's going to be here. And I don't know if it takes a month for the next iteration, then okay, I'm in no hurry. I mean, I'm enjoying it and I hope it can be like, tomorrow, but realistically, it probably won't. Acer is a monitor maker. You see why these things take so long? Because I have a 3 minute like yammer between every clip. Witness the purple. Oh, wait. I extremely don't know this. It's still the case. Maybe I can solve it. Witness the purple player collect all this stuff. Get beat. Oh, does that mean the other player's collecting it and you're failing to? So you get beat. Let's find out. 98 down. My preferred gobs of cookie dough get beat. Those are both very plausible. Is this an O? I'm not your. I want this to be. Wait, would an exasperated mother be so exasperated that she would say, I'm not your mom? I want this to be, I'm not your maid. I'm not your chef. It's pretty embarrassing that this is probably super obvious, and yet I don't have the first clue. Still don't know that. Charlie, for whom Peter thrice mistakes XCX on overcompensating. Allegra, a past player of Only Connect on this stream. Charlie, this guy, maybe? No clue. Charlie Tuna, conceivably, don't know. My girlfriend, is this Lila? Our friend Lila likes lemons, who I walked to the train station with at the end of ACPT, could be. My girlfriend said she wanted a fancy dinner and got mad when I took her here and bought Fancy Feast. AITA. Very cute, Lila. Where would you take someone to, I don't know, the grocery store? I think Lila is like an Angelino. So would it be Gelson's? Would it be Whole Foods? Not in 8 letters. I don't know. One drawn from a deck for divining. Thank you, Kelly Wharton, whose name I know, for writing a clue I actually understand and can guess at the correct answer. That's probably right. I like the alliteration. Let it not go unacknowledged. Shows unit or how I get to happy hour after a long work day. The saxophonist, that name rings a bell. How you get to happy hour? By driving? By an Uber? But what unit? I mean, would that be a way to get to happy hour? Don't think so. I couldn't tell you the first thing about Pay Show either. Agreement. Oh, we got more. Mike D. Beastie Boy, Mike D checking in. Frisco, how many Beastie Boys? Well, there are two of them remaining. Frisco, how many hip hop stars wrote clues for this thing? And did some of them call themselves these weird screen names to keep their anonymity? Like did Chuck D write under the name, insert name here? Agreement secretly prohibits ad EA loves. Is that Eric Agard? Secretly prohibits could be bans. I don't know why that would be secretly. Agreement could be packed. Ad EA loves could be looking for a hidden 314. It's a deal. I mean, EA is prominent crossword expert Eric Agard, but the thing is, ad EA loves would never be the definition because that would expect the world. That would mean the world would have to know. Oh my God, it's 8:57 p.m. This will have to be our last clue of the night. Yikes. Time flies when you're having fun. I mean, I feel like we just started this thing like 30 minutes ago. It's been an hour 36. Frisco, well done. Let's quickly just see how this works. Agreement is, it's a deal. Agreement, okay. Secretly. Oh, yeah. Am I not going to fully solve this? But secretly, okay. So secretly, the letters of it's a deal are in here. So agreement, it's a deal. I just feel like All right, we're gonna pause it right there. And we are going to like tease out the fine points of that parse later. Frisco, excellent. Really enjoyed that. Or I guess I should say not just Frisco, but everybody who wrote clues for this beast. Great job. Really enjoyed that. And I'm happy to say there is more to come. Yes, GG to you, Frisco. Good game. Delca, you're gonna, oh, I see you're gonna print the grid. Got it. Yeah, for Frisco, it is a service to our whole community that is so much fun. I know a lot of people get so much enjoyment out of that thing. I've been looking forward to doing it. Glad that we're off to a good start anyway. And when's the next stream? Well, it depends. Man, things have gotten super busy. I mean, look, I even wore a blazer today because of reasons. I am hoping to stream this weekend, depending on work and social stuff. There's a decent chance that I'll be able to stream Saturday morning, but even I don't know yet. Follow me on Twitch, find out. Thanks for everybody who was here. Lurkers, chatters, clue writers for this monster. Really enjoyed it. And of course, Frisco, you are the man of the hour. Thanks to you as well. Wish us luck in, as they say in Game of Thrones, wish us good fortune in the wars to come. It is Connections League o'clock. Well done, Sid. Okay, thanks everybody. Enjoyed hanging with you as always. I will see you all hopefully in the next few days. Have a great night.